you're here to learn about Airbnb, right? Do you guys know a little bit about my story? They give you the scoop of what I do, how this became where we're at today. Did you already give me that intro already, or?
No, I wanted you to do that, brother. Yeah.
It's all me. It's all you. Cool. All right. So before the whole 400 rentals and all that stuff, I own absolutely no property at all. So I'm in the rental arbitrage business. So how that works is pretty much I lease properties and then I list properties on Airbnb. That's simple. And it's 100% legal. See, I'm gonna go over a couple things. I'm not gonna talk all about Airbnb and bore the shit out of you. That's not gonna happen today. We're gonna make this engaging and super rad. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Awesome. Speaking of that, I got some books. Okay. Let me ask this one question. Okay. What's the number one thing that stops people from becoming financially free? Mindset. Time. Fear, risk. Those exact same things. Time, mindset, whoever said time, those things, risk, don't know what to actually do. I'm in shot. I got you, Zoom. I'm here. All right. So those exact things. The number one thing why people don't become financially free is they try to figure it out themselves. That's a family formula. I'm from the hood. Half my family is either in prison, dead, or have multiple children by multiple women. I'm from East San Diego, North Park, where it's a very nasty place. Me being in the position where I'm in today is slim to none. My mom was addicted to two things that were more important to her than taking care of a boy that she had at 16 years old. And that was men and methamphetamine, right? And it ruined her whole life. But it served me to be in front of people like yourselves today, because without that, I wouldn't have something interesting and fascinating to talk about. When everybody sees me, they think I went to like some grad school. I went to Princeton. I dropped out of high school at 15. I was selling fake bus passes, making more than my teachers. Even though my mom was on meth, she looked at me dead in my eyes and she was like, Chris, why are you going there? You're making more money than your teachers. I was shocked. I was like, am I? She's like, yeah. So I stopped at 15 years old, in and out of juvenile institutions between 15 to 17, hanging around with the wrong people. Environment is key for everything in your life. If you want to be a freaking winner in this business and in everything in life, you've got to drop the bombs, period. And I know I can talk about Airbnb all day, but this shit is going to matter, dude, when you guys are in there and the owner is telling you guys no. When an owner is not, you need some resources to pull from. And your buddy that's broke is not going to be able to get that resource for you. So you need to hang around with a person like, you know what? You got it. This is what you have to do. I'm that guy for you today. So look, the Airbnb rental business is pretty simple. Owning a property, you can lease, you can have your own individual property that you have now with an extra space in your room and Airbnb it. Does anybody know what Airbnb is before I start talking about Airbnb? Go ahead, brother. You know what it is?
It's basically you would, if you have one property, you would list it on a platform like Airbnb, and you would just either rent it out at your own leisure or your time period, whenever you want, and you collect a specific rent that you from the specific location that you're in, and yeah, you just collect passive income.
Hey, bro, you guys got the wrong speaker up here. I think he should take the spot, right? Hey, man, you nailed it, man. What's your name, man? Neil, I'm Chris. I'm Chris Thomas, man. That's my buddy. I wrote short-term rental riches. You guys want me to stay in this shot here? Is that what you guys prefer? Got it. Cool. All right. So pretty much the first things first is I do not like losing my money, right? Who likes losing money? Raise your hand. Nobody, right? Stupid question. Chris, what do you do? No, we like to make money and to eliminate all risk. That's the step one. I'm a nerd. I might like have nice shoes and nice stuff and a beautiful fiance, but I'm telling you, I am a geek when it comes to numbers. And if the data isn't right, there's no deal. Right? Does anybody own any property here today? Raise your hand. Wow, great, okay. 50% of the room, cool. So pretty much we use two sites. They're called AirDNA, you might want to write this down, and Mashvisor. What these sites are going to do for you is it's going to tell you if you're going to make money, lose money.
AirDNA.
AirDNA, it's AIRDNA.co. and Mashvisor. And this is the deal to eliminate risk, right? If you don't want to lose your bread, these are the sites you want to do, right? There's one thing I'm going to tell you real quick that I learned a long time ago that I wish I would have learned. If you want success, the fastest way to everything that you want and anything you want is to find somebody who's already achieved it. You do not, I'm gonna wait, I was 300 pounds about what, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Right, I was bigger than this, right? Kids, I was trying to run upstairs with my kids, gas. I was like, you know what, this has to stop. Who has kids here? Raise your hand. I bet most of us do. Isn't it crazy? Like even when you're with your kids, you're like, damn, I need a break. But then when you're without the kids, you're like, man, I miss the kids. Right? Isn't that a trip? We're thinking about that now. We're driving the car. We're like, man, we're talking about the kids the entire time. The kids put a belly on me, right? McDonald's, carne asada, burritos, everything. And I had to get a personal trainer. There is no possible way that I would be here today talking with you with enthusiasm if I didn't have somebody helping you. So just remember that. If there's one thing you could take from this whole deal today is anything that you want, whether it's fitness, faith, family, finance, find somebody who's exceptional at it and mirror it. Cool? I'm going to show you exactly how to make. Right now, our company does about $700,000 a month in cash flow after all expenses, if that excites you. So I kind of know what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
Right? We're projected to do 1,000 rentals. 1,000 rentals this year, right? We're at 417. We should be at about 1,000 plus this year, right, Martha, is where we're at? So I'm pretty excited about that. AirDNA is a non-negotiable tool that we use every single day. And what that tells you is you're looking for 3 key data points: occupancy rate, daily rate, and the property type. An entrepreneur's job, if somebody can tell me right now, what is an entrepreneur's job? The number one job of an entrepreneur, a real estate investor, what is their number one job? To do what? Make money. Who said? Solve problems. There it is. Boom. Fill a demand. It drives me nuts when I go to these entrepreneur pitches. You know, I'm an angel investor, and they're telling me about some opportunity that doesn't even exist. You got to fill the demand. Does somebody want to sell their home and they don't want to sell their home? You can only motivate them so much, right? Right? There's only so much push you can do. Dude, let's get it going. When you're ready to buy, there's only so much pushing you can do. With these owners in the Airbnb rental business, you know, you're welcome. With the owners of the Airbnb rental business, right when you see that property type, you're probably wondering, Chris, why would I want to rent my property to someone who can re-rent my property? I'm a homeowner, right? That's the bottleneck in the room. Why would I want to let somebody re-rent my property when I could just do it myself? Most owners that we deal with and property managers we deal with do not want to run a day-to-day operation. They just want mailbox money. That's simple. They just want to collect their rents, get their cash flow, and enjoy life with their family. And that's it, right? And what we come in is we have a corporate leasing company. And what that means is that there's less wear and tear on the property than a traditional tenant. So that's kind of the pitch, which I'll get into in a second. So right when you have the property type on AirDNA, I don't want to lose you guys, right? You have the property type. Second step is you search for the properties on AirDNA, Mashvisor, apartments.com. All you guys are realtors here, right? Unless I'm crazy. 100%. Awesome. You guys have an MLS. You guys should be crushing it with this. The number one thing I see with realtors, and I'll keep it 100 with you guys, is you guys don't know how to convert the bag. You guys make this fat commission. You should put that into an Airbnb rental business. You can literally get a property for $3,500 and you're a realtor. You know how much trust that is with the homeowner? If you tell them, I'm a realtor, I saw your property on MLS, I'm interested in renting the property, here's the deal. I'm going to Airbnb this property and lease it out for a short-term stay. It's going to be in impeccable shape. Okay? Excuse me. I'll send you pictures every month. Just you have an upper hand than the average individual, like the people I coach are normal people. Right? It is easier for you to get in this business. And that's the number one thing is they do not know how to convert the bag. They make a fat commission, $30,000, $40,000, and they can turn that into a 6-figure business a year. Crazy, right? If a single mom with 4 kids can do it, that was a realtor and working at Walmart, and she's now making over $12,000, I know that you beautiful people in this room can definitely do it, right? And it's possible. So once we have the property type. You can also search the MLS for listing agents, right? You can do, you guys have direct access to a homeowner that might just want to rent their property. So you guys have an advantage. Once we have that, now we need the conversation piece, right? We kind of hinted at it a little bit. The conversation is going to look something like this. Look, I have a corporate housing company. Most people have LLCs, right? Hopefully, please tell me you do. Awesome, cool. I was at where was I? At Coldwell Banker in Chula Vista. And someone like, no, I got it I got my business in my personal name. And my heart almost dropped. right? I was like, man, you guys need to go at Damiano up in the XP. I think you need to switch companies. You guys got the wrong info. Oh, well, you know, come on, dog. So that was a trip. And that room was crazy because it was like, you guys were like enthusiastic. It was very cold and nobody was smiling. So I had to like be very stern and try to lift it up. So it was kind of tough. But that's what you're going to have to deal with out there, is that some owners would flat out tell you no. Right? Some of you are homeowners are like, dude, I don't want to re-rent my property out and sublease my property. So you might have that intention in you. But I'm telling you, you can't bring that box into this box, right? So the first thing I brought up to you guys, do you guys remember that I said most people fail and struggle financially because they take the advice from wrong people? Do you guys remember that? This is where it counts.
Before I forget, a quick question. So when you're releasing these, is part of the pitch to the homeowner, will they get like a little higher dollar per month? Do you offer that, or it's just what they want? Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Or we extend the lease for a lengthier lease. Because if the data tells us, hey, Chris, you're going to make like $3,000 on this property after all expenses, paying the owner their rents, utilities, and all the other expenses. If our data is telling us that we're going to make $3,000, don't you want to extend that lease? That can also be used. I'm glad you brought that up, man. That can be used as leverage for the homeowner, right? We'll extend lease for 36 months. We'll keep it at the exact rate you want, so there isn't an increase in rents. So you can use that as leverage. That's a pitching point for you as well, right? If I was a realtor right now, is in your position, instead of me talking like a motivational speaker, gang, I'm gonna keep it 100. If I made a check right now and I got a commission, I would convert that check immediately into an Airbnb rental business. Why? Because it can operate without you. Next step is, once you get that okay from the owner, you can have people set up the entire rental for you, and you rent the furniture. You don't buy the furniture, you're renting the place. So why would you buy the furniture? You rent the furniture, right? And the furniture rental on a 2-bedroom is like $150 a month. And you can return it and get most of your money back, which is wild. So you rent the furniture, upstart cost for a typical rental. Most of you guys are here in LA County?
Yeah.
100% dope. Is anybody from my Instagram here? No? You, okay, nice, okay, sweet. That's awesome. Thanks for being this coming up.
What is your Instagram?
It's at Get Chris Thomas. Damiano, I thought you were gonna give me the lead, man. What's up, dude? Come on, bro. Every social media I have is at Get Chris Thomas. GET Chris Thomas. You guys came through. I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, man. You rode your bike?
I did. That's what I'm into.
Yeah. What are you riding, R1?
R6.
Sick. Nice. I used to have a Gixxer.
So,
Very fun bike. Dropped it too many times, man. Motorcycle's a dangerous thing. You know, I got kids now. You got kids, it's like, it's hard. You know, anybody ride bikes, motorcycles? Dirt bikes? Has anybody, mostly everybody's ridden a motorcycle here. Dirt bike? It is one of the most exciting things ever. There's no feeling than riding a motorcycle. If you have never rode a motorcycle, I highly recommend it. It is nothing like it. It's like Six Flags. Right on the street, right? On the skirts, right? So once you have that stuff figured out, where now the owner's like, you know what, rad, it's okay. As long as I get my rents every month, I'm happy. The benefit of that is that the owner's going to get his rents because you know you made money because you ran the what? The data. So they're going to get their bread, right? And that's sometimes what all they need. Once you have that, you got the green light, then you just rent the furniture. Did I already say that? Yeah, I did. You rent the furniture, okay? And then rinse and repeat. I heard the guy right here talking before I came up, talking about credit. I wish that I would have learned that. And if you're on my Instagram, I talk about that all the time, right? I wish that I would have learned that a long time ago. How the power of credit. If you don't understand, there's only so much money we can make, right, gang? We only got 24 hours in a day, right? But if we have the credit, we can get access to hundreds to thousands of dollars, and then we can leverage that credit into our Airbnb rental business. That's how I did it. I got rich using debt. There's no way that I can reinvest my earnings to get a 400 rental portfolio with my own revenue. It'd be slow growth, right? I could walk into a building and pick up 20 properties when a normal individual that's walking in there right next to me, and they would choose me because they'd rather deal with one person rather than 20 individuals. Right? And this is where it's going. This is where rentals are going. This is where those big luxury buildings you see in downtown LA and inflation, the world is going to corporate leasing, right? because we can afford the tab because there's a demand for it, right? I don't want to get into all the logistics and stuff because I told you I nerd out when I'm on these little speeches. We won't go there, okay? So once you guys got that figured out, where you got the rental, furniture rental, just repeat that process over and over, okay? We're not here to create a job for ourselves, right? You became a realtor because you want the financial freedom, right? That it comes with it. You don't need to work so long for so hard to make a fat check and you're chilling, right? You're in Newport Beach. Is that the hot spot here in LA? See, ours is a wine country. I'm from Temecula. I'm in the country, right? Where we drink wine. What's the deal out here, Damiano? Is it
beer and tacos.
Beer and tacos? Okay. I get the tacos, you know, I get it. You know, I got a Latin fiance right there. You know, she gets down, you know. What's the best taco shop? Is it Tacos El Porro?
Oh, that's San Diego.
That's San Diego. Okay.
Here it's on.
It's a little bit of everywhere. Leo's Tacos truck.
Leo's Tacos truck.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, cool.
Any street vendor.
Any street vendor. Okay, so it's the street vendors, that's the deal.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You gotta go
Look,
to taco maps to find all the taco spots.
Is that what it is?
Go to
We
the-
did that.
It's good out.
yeah, taco maps. All right, cool. We're gonna have to try that because we're thinking like, hey, we're hungry. Let me tell you one thing. We've been in traffic for so long, it was frustrating. Look, we went in Temecula, there is no taco shops at all. And if there is, so you know the deal, right?
Yeah, there's not.
Yeah, so their taco shop is Taco Bell, right? So
Del Taco.
Del Taco, right? So it's complete. We love it, but the biggest thing is you know maintaining that relationship with the owner. You know, you want to maintain a good relationship with the owner because that's going to be your good reference point. You guys have an advantage over 99.9% of the people I speak to because you have that L, you have that license, right? And they will trust you more because you're not going to wreck your license because if you wreck their home, what's going to happen, right? You're liable for that, you know? So we don't want that. The biggest thing that, you know, you can take from this entire talk today is converting the bag, man. You know, once you make that money as a realtor or whatever you're doing, I do with salon owners, business owners, all people from walks of earth. And the biggest thing I see people struggle financially is they do not know how to turn the earned income into passive what? Income. That's the biggest thing. And I struggle with that. We didn't know about passive income when me growing up. I grew up on Section 8 housing. You know, I didn't know. All I knew was that at the 16th of the month, I was drinking sugar water and cinnamon bread with butter because we ran out of EBT.
That's right.
You know, so you kind of know the deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It was a bad time, right? And it served me because if I struggle, I've already been there, right? I can go back to peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and it's no problem for me. You know, I ain't eating tacos, taco maps. You know?
Hey, so question from the internet. So the question is there any issues that you have, or do you stay away from HOAs, or what's the deals with HOAs as far as rentals property?
Phenomenal question. Whoever asked that, great question. Yes, you want to stay away from HOAs. You got to protect the families, right? Look, there's only so much control that we can do and we can manage, right? Airbnb, there will be people that will party or will get out of hand, and we just got to protect the families, okay? I'm glad you brought that up, Damiano. Laws, regulations. We can't control them. We just have to abide by them, right? If regulations happen and laws happen, say that you're in a rental, you're in a property, right? And a regulation hits, right? That contract, which I'll show you how to do, that's off subject. We'll talk about that. In that contract, it states this business is strictly for short-term rentals. And if there's any problem with that, that we can vacate the lease. So that verbiage needs to be in there, right? So if any regulations hit, you're protected financially, right? Which is huge. So yes, stay away from HOAs, right? Stay away from HOAs, and you should stay away from HOA properties, right? Most people say all properties are HOA. It's not true, right? There's some properties that aren't HOA. HOA is a good thing. Regulations are a good thing. I don't want people partying in my neighborhood, right? They can, you know, we're separated, but you know, but I wouldn't like that. You know, families wouldn't like that, right? People coming in and out of their neighborhood. You know, would you guys like that? No, not at all, right? So it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Great question. Yeah.
And so obviously, you know, the more we learn from you, what I'm getting right off the back is some of the things that we can learn are contractual, you know, aspects of the Airbnb business that you have. So So I'd like to learn a little bit more about that, how we can learn about your contracts. Like how do we get more involved with Chris?
Yeah.
Right?
Do you guys all have your phones?
Yeah.
All right, pull your phones out. You guys should all follow me. It'd be the best decision of your life to change your whole family's life. Right? And that's the truth. It changed mine. It
That's
changed
right.
mine. I was broke. At 31 years old, I was on my grandma's couch on EBT. I had a newborn son, I couldn't even feed him. Right? It's the God's honest truth. I wish I'd have learned this info a long time ago. I wish somebody would have took the time of day to keep it 100. Because nobody does.
That's right.
Nobody keeps it 100. There's always something. There's always something add, right? This business is a huge demand and there's not enough supply. In LA County alone, you guys understand that how many people are looking for Airbnb rentals right now as I'm standing here? Do you know? It's highly regulated, but there's some areas that aren't regulated. If it's regulated in one area, all good. Move on to the next area. Everybody got their phone out. I love it. It's at Get Chris Thomas, G-E-T, Chris Thomas. Let me show you what it looks like. I'm like the black Gary Vaynerchuk. You guys know who that is? Or Grant Cardone. They call me the black Grant Cardone. That's what they call me. I didn't even know who the guy was until like 11 months ago. Like, have you heard of him? I was like, I never even heard of the dude. Dude's a stud though. It's G-E-T Chris Thomas right here. Most of you probably follow me. You know, my guys came out today to support. But I wish somebody would have took the time out of their day to freaking show me step by step how to really do this thing. And you guys have a massive advantage. And I'm so glad that I was invited here today because you guys have access to the MLS. You guys are trustworthy because you guys are realtors and you have that name. And not just that, you're with a great company too. So you come in and you tell them that, you know, I'm a realtor, I have a corporate housing company, so I know what it's like to protect your property. If you want to know that type of verbiage and how to really get this thing going, DM me and I say, Chris, I saw you at Damiano's gig. You know, I'm interested in getting started with the Airbnb rental business. I have an 18-hour program that shows you how to do this step by step. So it's a self-paced program. We have over 1,000 plus students at this point. We just hit 1,000 students, I think 2 days ago. And with a 99.9% success rate, because we have the infrastructure to help everybody out, right? We want to see people win in this business. And that's what I'm about, you know? And that's why I created this program for people like yourself. Another thing is I have some extra books. If you guys want a signed copy before I, have millions of followers on the internet, say, I knew that guy when he only had 20K, dog. I was there, bro. Right?
Is this strategy pure rentals or are you purchasing any of your own?
Man, I think they got the wrong guy up there, right? No, that's a good question. Yes, distressed hotels. So we're pivoting into the distressed hotels market. So we're looking at a hotel right now in Chula Vista, California, right off the H Street. Funny story about that is that we stayed in that hotel when we were broke. And now I'm buying it. Boom. Let's party. And they treated us like shit. Welcome to the party, right? They closed the door on me, said spit in our face, but now I'm coming back and I rolled up in my McLaren and said I'm gonna buy the property, right? Because they're selling it. So that's what we're going into. We're transitioning into distressed hotels in Mexico and Chula Vista, California, and all throughout Arizona. So that's pretty much our market. That's what we're going towards. So distressed hotels and making them super pretty and beautiful and luxurious and turning them all into 100% Airbnbs. Check this out, how smart that is. You guys want to really know about something nerdy? You guys want to know something really cool?
Yeah.
All right, cool. This is what I did. So I had a team of people just get me one rental in one particular area where I knew the distressed hotel was. So what I did is I can risk losing money on this property to see if I can make money on the big hotel. So in Scottsdale, Arizona, we just picked up a property, right? 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths, single family residence, just to test it out. The property's making me $3,000 a month without me working for it or not. That's the last phase of this business, is having a team of people to do this for you so that you continue to operate in your big ticket things like this business, right? So that property does me $3,000 a month. Imagine that distressed hotel that is less than a quarter mile away, literally a rock stone away, times 27 doors. Boom, right? We know the hotel's going down. We saw the numbers. We have a realtor friends, giving me bear hugs saying, Chris, we're going to do it. They're making a fat commission off the deal, and we're making cash flow off that property. And the best part about it is that it's fully manageable without you. There are hosts right now that'll manage your entire property for cheap because it's low day-to-day operation, right? And that's it. That's the last step.
So Chris, like, customer experience, obviously, I bet is the most important thing because of reviews on Airbnb.
Yes.
Is there anything specifically that you do per a property to make it like stand out so it keeps on getting great reviews?
All right, so when you go to the taco truck, right, and only give you one limon, right? Is that a bad experience, right? One limon con agua? ¿Qué es eso, right?
Or they charge you more for like extra sauce?
Salsa,
Yeah.
right?
King Taco does that, I can't
Right.
say that.
King Taco, right? King Taco, man, that's when they got the bad reviews, right? We gotta just, give it, right? So what do I mean is you can't just charge for the extra salsa or the lemons, right? Or penny pinch your customer because they ruin a towel, right? To have the guest experience is to make them feel like they're at home when they're not at home, right? Not wreck your place, but have those extra sheets, have those extra towels, have the extra stuff. My program tells you that, right? Don't try to penny pinch a guest, right? If they ruin a towel, boo-hoo. You can get a towel from Walmart for 97 cents. You know how much the salsa costs for King Taco? Probably $3, right? But they're making probably $20 off the taco sauce. And they charge Damiano to put a little bit more red chili up in there, right? We're not charging, if red chili gets on the towels, gang, let it go. So this is what I'm telling you, man. Just don't, how do I say it, Martha? Because that's pretty much, Martha handles that is operations. I'm like the money and all that stuff. But, the biggest thing that I know that she does very well, and I want to commend you for this, is that she makes every guest not ask for anything. So when they're there, don't you guys hate asking for something? Don't you just want it done?
Yeah.
Right? Right, you have to call. Who's married here? Man, are you married here? Who's married here? Who has a girlfriend? Everybody's got somebody that loves you, right? It's cool, right? Don't you want to come home to a nice meal and a clean house, right? And the lady doesn't have to do it, but you have a maid who did it or somebody. Don't you like that?
Yeah.
I do.
Most definitely.
That's what they like in the hotel, right? In the Airbnb. That's what they want. They want it done without you asking for it, right? That's the biggest thing. When you're selling a home, right? Hey, I have this property, and this property lined up for you, just in case if you don't like this property. Not, I thought you were gonna buy this one, right? You're already prepared, right? So, great question, Damiano. Appreciate it. Come on, guys, I'm here. Let's roll.
When you're offering a profit as an incentive to the homeowner.
Yeah.
Is there like a max that you're willing to give, or is it based on the income it'll produce?
Great question, dude. 7 to 10% is my max that I'll offer on the increase in grants. Is that your question?
Basically,
So like,
when you start with like 5%, if they're kind of iffy,
yeah, so start with like a lower number, but your number's like
work
8.
your way.
Right, exactly. Don't say, I'll give you 10% higher than the rent. No.
Okay.
Right? Especially if the property's like 2,700, right? 10% of 2,700 is $270, right? So just start with like 5%. And that 5%, $130 or $35 if they're making whatever.
Over a little.
Right. We're like, you're making that over time. You're making an additional month of rent
Yeah.
by this increase. And that's a selling point. That's a great question, dude.
No.
Yeah, that's a super question. What's up, brother?
When you acquired your first property, did you personally sign under your own credit, or did you sign under your own corporate lease?
Great question. So we started with a management business. Wifey and I right there were scrubbing floors, right, in 2017. So when we started, I had a 480 credit score. So what I had to do is we started a management business. So we had a relationship with the owner, and that got us in the building. However, if I was the typical individual going and starting your first property, so can I put myself in your shoes? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. So when you're out there, do you have a company? It's LLC already?
Yeah.
All right, nice. So and is the company making money at all, the LLC?
No,
Or?
not yet.
But do you have personal income?
Yeah.
So that's what you would use. You would use your personal income as a guarantor that the property is going to be paid every month. Phenomenal question. Are you going to put it under your personal name or your corporate name? Try to strive for the corporate name, but have that personal guarantee.
Got it.
Right? Does that make sense?
Like, yeah, so until you build your business credit, then you can sign your second or third property and business, right?
Correct, because now the company's generating what? Income. Is your revenue now, right? So now once you're generating revenue on the company, you can now leverage that revenue into the next property. Now you don't have to use your personal income. Phenomenal question, dude. Love that.
Back to the personal income. What if something about insurance in the program? You said the insurance will actually match the monthly, rental to cover that. Is that true, or could you use that as an incentive? selling the homeowner or?
Great question, dude. Yes, absolutely. So what he said is pretty much if there's a loss of income on the property, say that coronavirus happens again, right? And nobody's booking the property, travel has gone down tremendously. There's insurance that we use. Do you already have your rental already? Your first one yet?
No.
Okay.
Close, but.
All right.
it's getting some-
We'll get it. So pretty much, the insurance covers the loss of wages on the property for up to 90 days. So up to 90 days, the insurance covers the losses that you're gonna incur in the business. So if the property is generating a $3,000 profit, they're gonna cover those wages. So pretty much this business is a fail-proof business. If you actually stole words out of my mouth, that was my clothes, man. You threw me the ball and I just gotta swing it, right? All-star, right? Love it. Who loves baseball here? I love baseball, right? Best sport, hardest sport in the world, best favorite sport in the world, I think, right? Huh? I'm a Padre fan. Yeah, I'm a Padre fan, man. I'm from San Diego. Yeah, Tony Gwynn, the legend.
Question, I'm sorry. So you do have a management company that comes in after each guest to come in and clean, obviously, right?
Correct.
Okay, and about how much do you pay for every time that, you to send somebody out?
Well, we at this point in our business, we have a cleaning company. So I'm gonna put myself in your shoes, okay? If that's okay. So you would charge about a $70 to $120 cleaning fee. Because every time you check into an Airbnb, has anybody used Airbnb?
Yeah.
Isn't there always a cleaning fee?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
How much?
$300 bucks.
Yeah.
Right. $500?
Yeah.
Dude, where were you at?
What?
Were you at EDC?
I was looking at ones in we're looking at the 4th or the week after in Havasu.
Yeah.
They're about $400.
Right?
Yeah.
Guess where that's going to? Guess where that's going to?
Right to the person.
Right to the cleaning company, right?
But you know what that does, and in my personal opinion
Yeah.
from renting them, is you want to stay longer, right? So if there's a $200-300 fee, you're only staying 2 nights, that adds the night per night up. So you might as well go stay for 4 or 5 days, which
Yeah.
is more revenue for the owner.
So it's a win-win. There you go. It's very hard to lose money in this business. Only way you're gonna blow it, and I get it all the time in my DMs. I say this all the time. You guys probably know. I have in my DMs a day, I get an average of about 50 to 100 DMs saying I made a mistake. I got a rental in La Habra. I was like, where's that at? I was like, there's a guy walking outside and there's an essay outside him. I was like, I don't even know where that's at. You know, is that a nice area?
That's pretty good.
I was like, what the heck? I was like, I don't know what this is, man. And he's looking at the booking ratio. I haven't been booked in 2 months. I'm like, ouch. And it's a studio. Come on, man. Right? Did you run the data? No, I just thought it was a good area. Right? So that's how you avoid that problem, by running the data. Cleaning fee too. Cleaning fee is how you cover the cleaner, right? So you're not paying out of pocket for that. And you want to make a margin on that as well, right? You want to make some change. Look at it, right? She's like, I want the new pumps, Chris. He's like, I want the YSLs, Chris. This is how you get the YSLs. So you charge a $70 cleaning fee, but pay the cleaner only $50. You pocket the other 20. Average guest stays, average people that stay on your property are about 8 to 11 people. So you do that, you're making an additional $160 to $200 for those cleaning fees. How does that sound, guys? Bang. Great questions. I love this. You guys are asking great questions. You guys came prepared. Is that brother?
You mentioned about renting the furniture. Is there like a specific company that does that?
It's called Court, C-O-R-T, Court and Furnish, F-E-R-N-I-S-H. They'll set the whole thing up for you too. They'll set it up. They'll assemble everything for you. They'll stage it and everything. Crazy.
Is that what you do for majority? Okay.
All of them.
Court and furnish?
And Furnish, F-E-R-N-I-S-H. I just have one. Go ahead, Cindy.
We have a question, which is, what is the title of the book,
Okay.
your book?
Uh-huh.
And then that's,
Oh, that's a question. Okay, got it. What's the title of my book? My bad, Cindy. I thought you were gonna ask me that.
Sorry.
Did it just sound like you were about to ask me?
Yeah.
Like, or is it just me? Right? It's right here. Short-term rental riches. Hey, do yourself a favor. If you don't have this book, this is the closest thing next to Think and Grow Rich. Who's read Think and Grow Rich? Here, raise your hand.
That's what's up.
This is the greatest book next to that, right? It's only 45 pages. It's by the best author in the entire world. I know it sounds arrogant, but hey.
Is that the one ordering the program?
Yeah, do you have it already, dude?
The program?
Yeah, no, you have the book?
Oh, yeah.
I'll give it to you. I'll sign it for you.
Okay.
Nice. So the short-term rental riches,
Got one more for you.
one
Yeah,
more.
so, are long-term monthly leases more beneficial than short-term weekly rentals?
Great question. If you want stability, long-term leases are always good. We just had a person lease our Palm Springs properties, all 4 of them, for how many days was it, Mark? 70 or how many was it? I was like almost 90 days. They booked it 3 months for 40 grand, right?
Is there a break on the price?
For one of them. Oh yeah, 7%.
You
Yeah.
brought up something about squatters renting in long-term stays.
Oh, yeah,
How does
happens.
that- So how does that process work if something like that happens?
Yeah, so squatters, how it works, you just have to contact the sheriff and the owner, and then they get them out. So that's how it works between the owner, because the owner's the owner of the entity of the
But
property.
if you like reside in the property for a set amount of days, then you're not able to be kicked out, or I don't know about those certain specific rules.
That's a phenomenal question. Yes, you are able to get kicked out, but you have to take that up with the owner. This is one thing with the long-term stays. Great question. That was a double-edged sword question. So long-term stays, we try to stay away from. We just make sure that these 2 qualifications, they've been on the platform for a long time, and 2, they have good reviews. That's how you know they're legitimate. If they've barely gotten on the platform and they're asking for a 60-day rental, they're bringing all the homies with them, right? Right, and they're gonna go chill for a little bit. Huh? And it's a new contract, yes, absolutely.
One question.
Please, brother.
I heard about you selecting your clients or the people that's gonna stay in Airbnb to stay in Airbnb, not in that zip code or that area, but more so out of state or somewhere else other than that state. Can you speak more to that, or because that, to avoid those long-term issues, they select people from out of state or something like that?
Say that one more time, just make sure I can understand your question, so I can repeat it back to my audience right here.
Yeah, so would you rather, when you're picking your, the person to Airbnb, like the people that stay there, would you rather them out of state or near the location?
Great question. That's kind of my type of question. It really depends. The core things that we look at to answer your question appropriately are reviews and how long they've been on the platform, right? So if they're out of state, or if it's anybody that's new to the platform, we never accept them. Please write that down. It's super important. If they are new, they just jumped on yesterday, right? That's red flag, right? That means there's some shadiness going on, right? And my friends have got robbed for hundreds of thousands, right, from that. So to answer your question, would I prefer somebody that's out of state rather than somebody locally?
Yeah.
Right? It really truly depends. If I have those 2 core things that I'm looking at and they're there, then it's okay if they're local. If they don't have those things, which means they haven't been on the platform for a long time, and they don't have reviews and they're local, that's a red flag. It means they're trying to kick it, right? And we don't want that. My rentals are not priced at a ticket where you can kick it. So, my rentals average are about almost $240 a night. So nobody that's trying to hang out is paying $240 a night. That's why I'm glad you brought that up. Don't stay away from economy places, right? Don't try to get a discount, right? I'm not saying go to luxury. I don't have luxury rentals, gang. I don't do luxury places, right? I look at scale, because if I have scale, I'm trying to reach my goal of 1,000 rentals, and luxury will not, we'll get there. But I'm saying don't go with a discount, right? If your data is telling you that the AirDNA, you'll know what I'm talking about when you get on that site when you leave here. That site will change your life, man. It tells you what exact property. If you know it's a 2-bedroom and you're looking in Downey, California, right? And the occupancy rate is 70% or and above, you don't want to go for a 2-bedroom that just because it's $400 less than the other property and it might not look as great, you need that look as great. Because people won't book a property that doesn't what? Look is great, to answer your question as well, okay? And you don't want to go economy, right? Never go economy. You want to go with someone that looks freaking nice, that represents you and your family, right? Don't try to go with the couches that, Goodwill, and you can get away with it, right? That's how I rolled when I was growing up, but.
When you're talking about the platform and the tenants that are booking, as far as their, how long they've been on the platform, if you sign up for VRBO, Airbnb, as soon as you sign up, is that considered time on the platform if you haven't rented yet?
Yes, so it is time on the platform, absolutely. Great
Yeah,
question.
because sometimes people, they're probably just looking, they haven't rented yet
Right,
without the rental history, but.
and a lot of people won't book them.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're new on the platform, a ton of people will not book them. Good, everybody's using Airbnb, right? How many times did you have to reach out to people before you got it okay? Keep one on it. Probably like 3 or 4 times, right? Because we don't trust them, because you're new to the platform, like you said. If somebody's new, to touch on that, we had a person in Rosarito, because we have about 40 rentals in Rosarito all throughout Playas. And we had a guy who wrecked our place. He was on the platform since March of 2021, never booked a place. And what happened? He wrecked the marble floors, everything. It was all bad. It was Baja Beach Fest. Everybody knows about that. That's pretty much where all the teenagers go to have a good time, right? So that was a bad mistake. So hope that answers, gives you guys real life examples. Go ahead, Cindy.
Got a question. They want to know where they can get the book.
Where can they get the book? On Amazon. Short-term rental riches on Amazon. How about this? I'll give it to you for free. Everybody that's here, I'll give you the book for free. Cool. Digital copy. All right, everybody online, if you're watching me, hi. You know, you can't physically see me. You can virtually see me. The book is 100% yours for free. I'll give it to Damiano and his team. Cool.
That's what's up.
Let's do it. Let's get it. If that's cool with you. Go ahead.
Apartment rentals, what is your opinion on them? That's the question.
Apartment rentals, that's pretty much what we do. Are primarily apartment rentals.
How are you starting out with apartment rentals?
Got it. Yeah, if you're starting out, don't go after apartments. You're gonna get the door slammed in your face. You wanna build up your resume, right? It's just like me. If I was a single guy and I'm trying to go up to a dime piece, what do you think she's gonna say? Probably no, my personality might get me there, but really trying to hang out with her, it ain't jiving, right? So you have to go and build up your resume so that you look good to these property managers. Damn, that was a good analogy, wasn't it? Jeez, that was good, right? So, so you start with single family residencies, okay? And build up your resume, right? And start to look good to those apartment buildings. Because when you walk into the apartment buildings, these are players, guys. And when I say players, they are gonna look at your financials, they're gonna look at your blood count, they're gonna look at everything to make sure that their asset is protected for their investors. Their investors aren't here. Their investors are in Maui, right? You know, sipping mosquitoes. Is that mosquitoes? How do you say it? Moscatos? How do you say it? Moscatos? Whatever. Mojitos. There you go. Mojito. I said mosquitoes. That's gonna sound all cool. I don't drink. I haven't been drinking fires. Crap. I just don't like it.
Yes.
Yes, you want to focus on single family residencies, build your resume up, and it's easier to get in those doors, right? It's easier to get in those doors. Those people will tell you yes. If you're trying to go in Greystar, anybody knows what Greystar here? Anybody knows what Greystar is? They are one of the largest apartment holders in the United States of America. Greystar Apartments, right? If you're going to try to walk in the door right there, you better come correct with your financials, right? And if you have those 6 properties, you treated that owner right by sending them pictures every month. Here's your property, Mr. Homeowner. It looks beautiful. Nothing bad has happened, as you should as a business owner, to protect that person's baby. That's probably his retirement for his kids, right? Imagine if it's wrecked, right? That's what tenants do. That's the benefit of this business as well. So you build up the resume. You have 4 to 6 properties that are generating 8 to 12K a month. Then you go up to those big buildings and say, I want to pick up 3 properties. How much are the properties? The properties are $2,000 to $3,000 a month, and you can cover the rents. Why? Because now you have an asset of business. If anything happens to their property, guess what's in their hand? Your little business, right? So they have no risk. I hope that didn't confuse you guys, right? Each property generates average every single month. We have 417 of them. They generate about $1,700 to $2,170 a month. So if we do the math on that, we kind of know what we're doing. When we first started out, I wish I would started with good credit and access to capital. If you have those 2 things, you are going to accelerate your success.
Good personal credit or business credit?
If you have good business credit, even 10 times
When
better.
you're starting out, you don't really have good business credit.
That's what I'm talking about, personal. So personal, you have to have over a 680. If you ain't playing with a 680, come on, dog. They're going to show you crazy. I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna go to a apartment building, like, do you have a 680 credit? You're trying to re-rent my place. Are you okay? Right? Please.
2 questions. I didn't catch what kind of insurance.
It's called CBIZ. CBIZ. CBIZ short-term rental insurance. CB. C, B as in boy, I, Z as in zebra.
Sorry.
Z as in Zacatecas. Has anybody ever been to Mexico before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't it beautiful?
Gorgeous.
What's the most beautiful place you guys been in Mexico?
Cabo.
Where?
Cabo.
Oh, dude, awesome, dude, love it. Cancun, I've never been, I wanna go, right? Has anybody been to Puerto Peñasco?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely beautiful place. I highly recommend it. And it's super US friendly, right? Anything that they tell you in Mexico doesn't happen, right? I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. Unless you're in that business, it happens, right? It is cool. I never had a problem, ever. So,
My other question was with respect to like city ordinances, do you have to, is there something that we need to be looking out for, or they need, you know, specific fees that the homeowner would need to be paying or anything like that, city ordinances,
so like pretty much like, are you saying like permits or?
permits?
Yeah. So you always wanna check the local laws to the place that you are considering, right? And have those permits, not only to protect the homeowner, but to protect yourself as well, right? So the city doesn't charge you taxes or charge you fines. So, and it's just the appropriate thing to do. So you might wanna look up, just type in the city you're trying to target, short-term rental laws, and that's it. Once you have that answer, pay the permit, pay the fee. You might need to slide them a couple dollars to speed up the process, if you know what I mean? But, yes, great question, phenomenal question.
I got another one online, by the way. Two.
Okay.
Yeah, so with regards to like, if you're doing throughout different areas where maybe you're not familiar or already have a couple Airbnbs and it fits in your area, how do you get a cleaning crew or a host that you're able to say, you know what, I don't know, that you can make sure that, you know, they're gonna take care of it, not just take a risk?
Good question. So you're saying if you do like an out-of-city property or out-of-state property, is that
Yeah,
your
that you're
question?
not familiar or I already have a host, or I don't know how it works with, or like a cleaning crew, just saying, how do I make sure that this person actually gonna, you know, like from the beginning, you might get somebody and then they don't clean it and.
It happens all the
you
time.
know,
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a phenomenal question. I was waiting for somebody to bring up cleaners. I was hoping somebody to bring up, because I was gonna go for the door, right? Cleaners are the biggest problem in this business, gang. They are like doorknobs. Everybody turns and opens it and closes it, right? You have to make sure after every single cleaning, I'm gonna answer your question in a second, okay? Every single cleaning that they send you pictures and videos, or send it to your cleaning manager, right? Because you can have a cleaning manager, once you start reaching 4 to 6 rentals, don't you wanna pay a person $2,000 to $3,000 a month to oversee your whole cleaning staff? So you don't have to do it, right? Because your time's your bread, right?
Yeah.
Right, you could be doing $30,000 things, right?
Yeah.
So the sites you're gonna use are Turnover B&B and Craigslist. So Turnover B&B and Craigslist are the two sites. And Turnover B&B, that answers your question too. That's where you can find cleaners. They battle for the rate, like, okay, I'll clean it for this much. And you're gonna go through cleaners a lot. I say that all the time throughout my program, right, guys? I don't know, are you on my program right now, brother? Are you a student?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Are you Hayden Brimo?
No, I'm Charlie.
Charlie, okay, Charlie Pugh.
Yeah.
Dude, nice to meet you, man, in person.
Yeah.
Nice, dude, awesome. Yeah. That's cool. So, Turnover B&B and Craigslist. So to answer your question, how do we know if there's that good quality control, right? Have them send you the videos and the pictures after every cleaning. I mean, but you have to show them exactly where to take the pictures and how to take the pictures, because it's important. You're right. We have cleaners all the time who sweep stuff under the rug, and guess what it does? The guest moves, swept stuff under the couch. Guess what the guest does? Moves the couch. His kids are playing right there. His kid's toy goes up under the couch. He moves the couch. What does he see? He sees elotes and stuff like that on the floor, right? And that's not a good day, right? Hey man, I found corn under the couch. What do you mean you found corn under the couch? You know, I want a refund. What is it? Refund happens every time, right, Mark? Every single time. We don't see that. I don't see that stuff no more. So once you have that, just make sure that they take pictures under the couch, under the bed, of the bed, just everything that you would do, and give them exact instructions. And this can be done through a workbook, right? And cleaners already know that, especially if you're cleaning houses.
Yeah.
They already know to say, show me the workbook, show me the workload, and they'll send the pictures to you. They should know that off bat. Turnover B&B requires that they send you the pictures after every cleaning,
Okay.
right? Best thing about that, gang, check this out. I know you guys don't want to create a whole new job. You don't want to tell the cleaner, hey, I have a booking coming in 30 minutes. You don't want to call the cleaner, right? You want the computer to do that work for you, right? There's softwares that can tell the cleaner, automatically give them a ping on their phone saying there's a booking coming up or the guest is leaving, so that you don't have to. What's your name, by the way?
Mikey.
Mikey, I'm Chris, man. Says Mikey, you're not calling the guest or calling the cleaner saying there's a cleaning. The computer tells your cleaner, Mikey, that there's a booking coming up. We need the place cleaned, and that's it. They'll tell you if they can make it, they can't make it. Can somebody get there? This stuff happens in real life.
Yeah, it's like a Uber cleaners type business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like an Uber cleaner business. They're making their cut, right, and all that good stuff. So it's pretty cool. Go ahead, Cindy.
Can you start an Airbnb business virtually from the UK, but on US property?
Great question. Are they? Can I go now or what? Is my time up? They primarily have to be a US citizen. Why not the UK? The UK's promising. Liverpool. Who's in the UK? Oh, right here? Oh, it's on the, okay, got it. My bad. I thought somebody didn't sound like that, but English accent here. And you kind of do, you know. No, are you from the UK? No, Jamaica. Okay, yeah, no, you.
Well, that's pretty much that's the crown right there.
Yeah, man. Okay. So, this is what I recommend. I recommend that you stick to your proximity. Stick to where you're at, right? That's how we started. If I would have tried to go get properties in Arizona when I first started, I would have to face the heat. Not the real heat in Arizona. I'm talking about the problems that Mikey brought up. Trusting cleaners, right? Trusting people with their property, right? Trusting that they're not going to steal stuff, right? Trusting that they're actually going to do the job, right? And they're not just turn over in the B&B, right? I actually want to make money. So that's what I recommend. If you're on the UK and you're watching me, number one, follow me at Get Chris Thomas, GET Chris Thomas. Second, make sure you stick within proximity, stick to within your area. I know the USA seems like it's palm trees and sunny breeze, but I'm going to tell you something real quickly. It's just like the UK, right? But just with a different talk. That's it. Stick to within proximity. Holla, Cindy.
Oh, how much should our first investment cost?
Ooh, can somebody answer that? I'll give you a free book. How much should it cost? How do we know how much the investment's going to cost?
Well, you gotta go to
AirDNA.
AirDNA first.
Oh, there we go. Mikey got it. 1 second, Zoom. I'm here. AirDNA will tell you how much the property. Give it to your friend. All right. Give it to somebody who means something to you, man. So look, once the data's done, right? Once the data's done, you pretty much are gonna. Once you know how much the property is, you then go to apartments.com. Or if you're in the UK, I don't know what sites they are, but wherever there are apartments where you can lease or rent properties. Is that a UK question or a US question?
Yes.
Awesome. UK or US. You want to go like an apartments.com, Zillow.com, MLS, right? And find the property based on research. Then you know your cost of the acquisition. You know how much your business is going to cost. If it's a 2-bedroom in LA, you're probably coming out of pocket, what, $3,500? Right? Is that what it is here? About $3,500? I have no rentals.
Yeah.
It's about $3,500, right?
Yep.
But your data tells you you're going to make $3,000. Is that a smart move? Yeah, it's a smart move. If you're paying $3,500, but you're making $3,000 after all expenses, is that a smart move?
Oh,
Yes, right? Most people be like, Chris, $7,000 deposit rents. Oh my gosh, you might have a heart attack, but you're making $3,000 a month. That's where people stop, right? So that's how you do it. Your team just answered it for you, gang. You know, we're in this together, right? We should all be on stage.
Do you use any other platforms? Obviously, Airbnb is the big buzzword, but do you use, the VRBO or
Absolutely.
anything else?
Especially in Mexico.
Is there any other ones?
VRBO, so it's pretty much VRBO and Airbnb, Airbnb. Those are the two. VRBO owns all of them.
All the way from home. That's all.
HomeAway is VRBO now.
Okay.
They bought everything.
Okay.
So VRBO bought all those small companies. That's Expedia's company. VRBO's Expedia company.
Okay.
So they bought all.
That's
those
why they're on
companies.
Expedia now, right?
Right.
I've seen
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
They bought it.
Oh.
Yeah. So Expedia owns everything, right? Not Shatner though, the guy who does the commercial. He doesn't know. He's just an ad man.
Yeah, spokesman.
It's like Zillow.
Spokesman, yeah.
Trulia.
Yeah,
all that other.
Yeah.
Do you bother listing them on Facebook or, your rentals, or do you stick to Airbnb and Verno?
Great question, Charlie. So if you're having a low occupancy rate, yes, you have a direct booking site. where you could run ads on Facebook. You can Craigslist, but you gotta keep in mind, who answered the question about, I think it was you, right? About, or it was you, about a person who's local rather than somebody who's nationwide. You have to be mindful of that, Charlie. You even asked about the 30-day thing, squatters, dude, happens all the time. That's why I don't do people over 30 days. I do them 27 days, whatever the law is, and they have to rebook. So sorry to answer that question.
Yeah.
And rebook. Oh, so you have an Airbnb?
Yeah, Mexico, Rosarito.
See, there you go. What part?
And I have condos in the
Las Palmas?
La Joya del Mar.
Okay, we're in Las Palmas.
Okay,
Yeah,
Next door.
in Popotla.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're getting into Los Colas too, so
Yeah.
we're excited about that.
Oh, is it possible to do on Airbnb if you have like a, what is it called, like a, kind of like a timeshare?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know, Mar.
Cause I have, my sister has, it's not a timeshare, but it's like a company where Wyndham, Woolmark, and they have like throughout, you could, obviously they could book it throughout, and I've seen some people that are just owners book them and then
Airbnb them.
Airbnb, I don't know if there's any.
Yeah, that's
limitation
a,
to
Mikey, that is a great question, brother. I don't have an answer for you. Can you write that down for me? Can you put that down for me? Yeah, that's a great, I don't have an answer for you, but that is a freaking great question. Are you following me on social yet?
I'm not, but I am now. Yeah.
Okay, ask me that question again so I can have that answer, because I can use that as fuel as well. That's a great question. I don't have an answer now, but I'll get it from you.
Okay,
If that's cool.
yeah, I got 2 more questions. Same thing with the cleaning crew. How do you find a host and then like a contractor crew that if the property that is gonna need some work, some painting, some whatever it is, and it's obviously out of your reach that you don't know, they have any contacts, how do you find those?
We can manage your property. I have a team. We have an internal team. We can manage everything. Right now, we manage over 300 rentals, right? Manage over 300 rentals, and we charge a management fee based on the size of the portfolio. So we can manage it for you. That's an opportunity, or you can go through VAs.
You're talking about that one site about co-hosting other Airbnbs.
Cohostmarket.com. Cohostmarket.com. You can find hosts to manage your property as well. But primarily, Mikey, you can hire a VA and they can do it. I'll send you the VAs. I'll get you access to once you get started, and I'll show you what that means. Okay.
Cool.
And they'll manage it for cheap. I mean, like super cheap, dude. You know, unless you want like US management, of course, it's a ticket, right? You want America, man. You know, you got to pay for it. You want Philippines? That's what you're gonna get, right? All right. Go for it, Cindy.
Amanda has 2 questions. She has,
Let's go, Amanda.
how much is your program, is the first one. How
Uh-oh.
much is your program?
Uh-huh.
And the second one is, should we partner up with someone? Question.
Okay, let me answer the lateral question, the partnering up. Do you trust the person? Because let me tell you, you can be best friends with a person, but when the bread comes in it, what happens? You guys know, come on. When the money comes in, you guys are best friends and there's money and they see that money coming in, they're like, I need a little bit of pinch of this. I need the new YSL, right? I need the Saint Laurent, right? I need the Louis, right? I see it. I see what I got Louis on, bro. Right? I used to have those. So I'm not against partnering, okay? But what I recommend is instead of going into a full partnership like actual JV where you have an actual company, how about you just have them as a co-host, right? Have them manage the operations. You have to know your role in partners, right? Partners have to know their roles. Me, I'm capital. When it comes to the bread, Chris Thomas knows what the hell he's doing. I know how to make money, keep money, and how to multiply a lot of it. Anything that has to do with operations, you know, she handles that. Plus, we have another person who handles that. Their operations. So as partnerships, just make sure that you guys know your role. Don't go into a JV because you guys know what JV means, right? Joint venture. Okay, got it. Yeah, don't go into a JV deal with a person that's your friend. Build up that relationship first by co-hosting or something. Don't mix the bread because life is like a sandwich. Either way you flip it, the bread comes first, right? So just make sure that you know, keep that, right? So, you know, my 13-year-old told me that. She's like, Dad, you know, I was like, what's that? She's like, you know, life's like a sandwich. She's going to bed. I was like, what's that? What does that mean? She's like, this, you know, either way you flip it, the bread comes first. Get you, right? I was like, hey, you got tennis lessons, right? Next question, how much is my program? My program is $14.97 one time, but how's the program, Charlie? He's here. It's good?
It's very thorough.
Yeah.
and
There you
then
go.
you can talk to him anytime.
He's here, I'm here, right? So remember I said the first thing, probably mid of this whole jazz today was I want to see people win. I want to see Charlie win. I want to see each and every person win. We have an infrastructure and a team to see our mentees win. The program is $1,500 one time. If you want us to find you a property, we can do that for you as well. We do all that research for you, permits, look up all that stuff, do all the work for you while you guys continue to run your business and spend time with your family, right? My goal in my program is to make sure within 90 days, my mentees make at least 10K a month, So that's the number one goal. Once I feel that, come on, guys. Can I just be honest with you guys? Most of us just need about 10K a month and not have to worry. Is that cool? Is that true?
Yeah.
Unless I'm crazy. 10K a month and we're solid. We're Gucci. We don't have to worry about nothing, and it's completely passive. You know how many rentals you need to make 10K a month? 4. 4 properties to make 10K a month. Wild. And you're a realtor? Come on, you guys probably don't have to pay the deposit with these homeowners. They'll probably trust you that much. You can go right now. If you have $3,500 in your account, you can go to make 3 or 4 phone calls on Zillow where it says homeowner, which I show you in my program. It says, reach out to this. It says listed by homeowner or MLS, excuse me. You give them a call and say, I want to rent your property, but I'll put it on Airbnb or as a corporate lease. Probably 3 of them are going to say no. One will say, you know what? As long as I get my rent, let's roll. Right? And you got a property producing $2,000 a month, right? $3,000 a month, $2,500 a month, and that's it. Right?
Sorry, I got a lot of questions. Last one though,
Let's
just
roll.
a personal one because I do a lot of work up in northern Santa Barbara County. Half my real estate business is up there.
In Santa Barbara?
Yeah, northern
Nice.
Santa Barbara County, Pismo Beach. So I was just my brain spinning. So I'm renting a place up there, but it's like maybe I should just do an Airbnb. Do you ever see anybody doing like half and half? Like if I gotta stay up there,
Yep.
Anywhere from 10 to 15 days a month.
Oh yeah.
So go rent something because instead of buying something and have liability.
Do it all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. That's how that single mom started. You guys hear me kind of throw that out there? She has 4 kids working at Walmart. And she was a realtor, right? She started that by renting out her place. She had a 3-bedroom. And then when her kids would go with the pops, right? What did she do?
No.
Boom. B&B her property. Got the okay from her property manager. Yeah, that's fine.
Another quick story. 4 or 5 years ago, we rented a place on the North Shore in Oahu to surf. There's one house off the beach, by pipeline, and so the gal we rented from, I think that was VRBO, super cool gal. It was a 3-bedroom, but she marketed it as a 2-bedroom. So we show up, and one of the bedrooms, not the master, but a side bedroom was locked, and that's where she keeps all her personal stuff. And then she just goes stay on the other side of the island in a hotel, or go travel to Bali, because she made so much money for that week we were there. She's
That's how Martha's mom started too. That's how her mom started too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her mom's straight from Mexico. She barely speaks any English,
Well, she started when COVID hit.
Yeah.
She can't pay her mortgage. She started actually
Yeah.
consulting. And where they put it at the end of the mortgage payment. So yeah, exactly. So she started doing that, and then all of her rooms, she had 3 rooms, she started Airbnb-ing each one individually. And she's till this day, she's cash flowing like $1,500 per room.
Yeah.
Per room.
And
And the only thing with my mom is that she's Mexicana, like she loves to feed people. So every morning, in the area.
Just 5 stars.
Yeah, she does.
Like 300 reviews, 5 stars. Crazy.
That's why area
Yeah.
matters, because a lot of the times people are getting sent to go do trainings or, for sheriff's department, correctional facilities, nursing,
Mhm.
hospitals. So she goes and specifically tailors, like has her coffee ready, things
What
like
part
that.
of what
Chula Vista.
on Chula Vista?
Yeah,
Okay.
in Chula
Yeah.
Vista.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean that you wouldn't even.
We have
think that
property, we
that's
have a ton
like
down there.
Okay.
Chula Vista is very, very well.
Wow.
The
So
correctional
you can
officers,
even
brother,
break it up like that.
Yeah, truck
break
drivers.
up the rooms and
Yeah.
the whole house.
marketing, that's how you know that AirDNA, right? And Chula Vista is like 83% booked, right? We're 100% booked. I don't think we've ever had an empty day. Oh, yes, we actually have. Or the newest properties we just acquired. We just picked up 12 rentals. That's right across the street from the mall, right? There's no way that I'd be able to get that property if I was first starting out, right? They looked at what existing corporate companies or corporate leases do you have now? They all ask that question. I'm telling you, I'm keeping it straight, right? Most of these Airbnb people I see on the internet tell people, go to luxury places. I'm like, dude, come on. No, that's not how it is. Lying, right? It's not true, right? You have to build up a resume. So That's the way you can start. That's the smartest way. You don't have to go, there you go. You have extra space in your room, rent it out on Airbnb, put it on there. Just get permission, make sure you're following the rules, because like, somebody asked about HOA, was that a question? Online question. You just gotta protect the families, man, you don't wanna bring people in there, and they don't wanna see people coming in and out, so you just have to protect the HOA and respect it, because you will get in big trouble, dude. I'm keeping it 100. I see it all the time. People try to do it and they get busted, right? So. just gotta follow
Most
the rules.
HOAs don't allow Airbnb.
At all, yep, 100%.
Go find shit out of you, right?
Yeah, dude, that's one thing about me. If you guys know about how I am up here today, I like to be honest, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you guys for to trust me, there are rules, we just have to follow, so. Go ahead, Cindy, what we got?
Okay. I don't have an LLC. Should I get one right away? And then with that one, there is, how can I get an LLC? And that was from Josie.
Josie, so if you don't have an LLC now, what I recommend is definitely getting an LLC and building business credit. Does anybody know how to build business credit here? Raise your hand. No? Okay. Go ahead, follow me on my DM. I'll show you guys how to build business credit. I'm actually adding that to the portion of my program to build. So you guys should look forward to, aren't you guys both mine?
I'm not in the program, but I just started following you when I got the note that you're gonna be coming here.
That's sick, man. That's rad, Yes, get an LLC. And I recommend that you got to build the business credit fast. They're giving out money to businesses. Like, I'm not kidding. We had a student just start a business, was it last month? And they already got like $12,000 worth of business credit. Guess where that $12,000 is going into? The Airbnb rentals, 3 properties in Arizona, Sedona. 3 properties. She's gonna make $6,000 a month. She's 23. She just went to EDC. She had barely anything on. I'm like, what is this? She's in her 20s, you gotta do it, right? Come on, we're all young. It's paying for it, right? Pay for EDC, right? She's like, Chris, should I use the money on my card for the EDC? I was like, no, man, come on. It's like part of it.
And then how do you get there?
LegalZoom.
Yeah.
Thanks for that follow-up. On LegalZoom. LegalZoom.com is the best place to get an LLC, or you can do it the free way. But come on, man. Like I said, gang, you guys remember what I told you? If you want to get success faster, what do?
Pay for it.
Pay for it. You can take the stairs or the elevator. I want to take the elevator. I want to be in a jet. I want to be in a 747. I don't want 400 people behind me. I want me in the jet. Tell me where we're going and let's go. So if you want the jet, LegalZoom.com. All my companies are through Wyoming companies. That's another subject for tax reasons. When you have 400 properties, you need to do that, right? See, I'm from the hood. I didn't know about that. So I had to hire really smart old men to do that for me. But if you're starting out, just do LegalZoom.com. Please do not overcomplicate the process, right? So great question, my brother.
Also, Zen Business is pretty good to create LLC.
Zen Business too. Yes, Zen Business is also great.
Business?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zen, ZEN business.com, or is it ZBiz, right? Zen Biz.
CEN Business. It keeps all your templates, everything that you, the business documents,
Yeah.
everything online, so it's easy to access.
Yeah, Zen Business is great too. Yep, absolutely. You guys are asking great questions. So Damiano's giving me that look like, Chris, your time is up, huh? So look, I'm gonna close it. I have some extra books. If you guys want it signed by me, I told you, these are gonna be the next Barry Bonds, I'll sign it for you. I don't have no fancy pen. Go ahead, my Jamaican brother.
No, I want to put.
You want to book?
I have one more question.
No, Charlie.
So I'm already familiar with AirDNA
Sweet.
pretty well. I'm just looking at like the actual, because you pay for the $1,000 one, the crazy one, right?
Yeah, I do.
So is there, it says one market for each thing, and
Just do the free version.
but like what I'm saying is like each one, basically you pay for more to see more listings, to get more data.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
Yeah, so this is what you do. You want to use AirDNA for free because they're going to charge you like $40 for each listing, for each area listing, each area. I'm in a bunch of room and realtors. Sorry, Zoom. Now I'm in a bunch of room full of realtors, so I keep saying listing. So AirDNA, you have to charge for each city. What you do is this. You guys know the secret to using it for free. Go to a private browser and just keep deleting the private browser, right? And researching your areas. So go to a private browser. Mashvisor is also good as well. Mashvisor is incredibly good. And it's cheaper. Mashvisor. Go ahead, Cindy. Does that answer your question, Charlie? The private browser.
Basically, but it says like one market with more than 1,000 active listings, so that's $100 a month. Does that mean you only have access to one
One
market
market.
per month?
Per month, yeah, one market, so
Okay.
you can't go to like La Abra or Downey, where the areas in LA, where were we just at, there's like traffic right here. Bellflower,
Oh, yeah.
Bellflowers, yeah, Lakewood, traffic, man, oh my gosh, I was, whatever. So, yeah, so go on a private browser, so you don't have to pay for like the $100 per listing, cause I think it is $100 now, right?
Yeah, or just go to Airbnb.com and see what cities you wanna potentially
Yeah.
list on and see the availability there for
Okay.
based off the month.
Yep, that too,
That's the free
Yeah,
and the
dude.
cheapest way, we use it along.
Put your own data in.
Okay.
and put your own data in, yeah, so,
Do you have any in Havasu?
no, I don't.
That's
I don't.
high end or just?
I can't say it's high end. That's a great question. You know, we should look into Havasu because we have a Minty out there. I have a couple Minties out there in Havasu, crushing it. I thought you were him. I thought you were Hayden.
No, I
You
think
guys
I
look-
brought up Havasu.
Oh, you did. Okay. Yeah, you look just like another one of my Minties. I'll show you him. I'll send it to you through DM. You look just like him, dude. Crazy.
What is AirDNA? That's the question.
AirDNA.
Oh, yeah.
AirDNA is a software tool that you can eliminate every single risk possible from losing your pocket. Right? AirDNA is absolutely essential. It is the only tool. We use MassPfizer as well. To pretty much, that's the tool that's going to tell you how much your business startup cost is going to be and to eliminate risk. 3 core things we're looking at. If someone can answer to, I'll give you a free book. Cool. What are the 3 things we're looking for when we're on AirDNA? Do you remember? See if I was
Occupancy rate, vacancy, and property type.
boom. Did you get one, dude? Let's roll, man. You look just like my mom. All right. So, guys, it has been an absolute incredible time being here today. Did you guys get fired? Did you guys learn something today?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying right here. I'm gonna follow up with Damiano. I wanna make sure that everybody in here at least has one property that they have within the next 30 days. You should be able to do it. Can we commit to that?
Yeah.
One unit to help out your family, that you're making $2,000 to $3,000 a month on. How does that sound? Can we commit to that?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna reach out to him, and I'm gonna hold you accountable, right? And say, where are they at? Some of these people, they're following me on Instagram. You guys will follow me, blow me up, hit me up, and we're gonna make it happen and get rich together. How do you guys like that?
Yeah.
Woo,
Right.
woo!
Do it.
Hell yeah.
All right, brother.
Thanks,
Hey,
brother.
so listen, we're gonna bring Chris out again. Today this was actually an online deal. And we decided to bring do a live setting. So Rosie does these online.
Okay.
And so, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna follow up on this. We're probably gonna rent out a big hotel and get a lot more people to come out and see Chris. So we're gonna do something really big at EXP with Chris, with Rosie's team, over 3,000 agents nationwide. So we're really excited to partner up with Chris and do something amazing. You guys think this is worth it?
Yeah.
Definitely. So man, he did a. So did we not talk a little bit about like some of the things that we imagined that he was going through, right? He had to imagine, get creative, be resourceful. He talked about being resourceful, creating agreement, right? He had to create agreements with people
And yourself.
right? And yourself, right? Take action. You had to tweak it along the way because we were imagining what it was like for you to get from A to Z where you are today,
Okay.
right?
Wow.
Yeah, they gotta recreate again, get resourceful, create momentum. I told him, I was like, Chris, man, when people start building momentum, just when they take vacations, or no, you gotta work harder.
That's true.
You gotta create leverage,
You're so right.
right?
Yeah.
And you gotta create systems. So he can't get to 400 rental properties without having systems in place, without having leverage in place. I mean, I imagine I imagine you'll probably own your own cleaning business now, right?
We do.
Yeah. So you want to be able to create leverage for yourself and put systems into place. So man,
Let me touch on that real quick. My mentor told me that the only person that's standing in between you and your success is guess who? Yourself. When you're too much in it, it always fails.
Oh, yeah.
When you're too much in it, it's just you're the bottleneck of the company, right? You got to hire people. You gotta bring people in. Damiano brought me here today. He saw something in me, and I'm gonna give it to you, man, because I'm very polarizing. A lot of views that I have are not traditional views. they're very polarizing. I'm shocked that you actually brought me here. I thought, I was gonna, get hit with Nerf guns or something. When we slayed some dragons today, we had a fire conversation. What do you guys think? Hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's really important. So I owned a big old warehouse. We had dog food, right? And for a week, I decided to take a vow of silence, right? So I wore this little thing saying I'm silent for a week. So I didn't talk to nobody. And so one of the things I did when I was up in my warehouse and I had to overlook the warehouse at an office, and I told my workers I wanted them to move this from one side of the warehouse to the other side. But I had to be silent that week. I'm coming down the stairs and I look over and I get pissed that in my mind, they're not doing it the way I told them. But I had a meeting to go to. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even worried about it. I left. I came back. Guess what happened? The result was the same. It was done the way I imagined it. But so many times, like you were saying, you got to get out of it. How many times do we want to have control over how things should be? But it's the result that we're looking for at the end. Yeah. So sometimes we micromanage people the way we want them to do it. And that vow of silence that week taught me that. I was like, yo, I gotta let people get creative, let people be resourceful, let people figure it out, and take myself out of the equation completely. And sometimes when my employees call me and say, hey, listen, that's what I hired you for. Figure it out. Hang up. Because you gotta give people responsibility to make things happen with or without you. Yeah. Because if not, you're always gonna be in the equation. And when you're in the equation, like he said a couple of times, it's like, y'all don't even do that no more. It's like, they do that, they do this. So yeah. We got to get to that level by what? Going through the process. Man, let's give them another round of applause, man. Woo-hoo! So you guys can have them to ask some questions.
Take pictures,
but most importantly,
I need the clout.
Yeah. Most importantly, how many of you are going to sign up for this program? Because I am. Yeah. All right, that's what's up.
Already is.
So
he already is. Where'd you come from, Charlie?
Where did I come from?
Yeah.
Just Orange County.
Oh, nice. What part? Irvine?
Rancho Santa Margarita, Mission J area.
All right. Absolutely. Here, take me.
we got some online that want to.
Oh, yeah. And I'll get you a digital one. Are you gonna send it to them?
Yeah, they wanted a live. They wanted it. Wait. Woo woo! All right, guys. Thanks for coming out.
Oh yeah, sure.